I want you guys to realize that success and reaching your goals is not necessarily going to make you happy. Happiness comes from spending time with people you love, comes from doing stuff you love, comes from having hobbies, comes from finding peace with yourself and finding peace with who you are and learning to love yourself. That's what happiness comes from. It doesn't come from the next milestone. It doesn't come from the next. It doesn't come from like material things that you think are so valuable. It doesn't come from that. That's not what happiness comes from. It can contribute to that, but that's not the deciding factor of happiness. And also, you're not going to ever get this you're never going to be fully fulfilled if you become successful. There's always going to be a new goalpost to have to go through. There's always going to be a new finish line to get to. You're never going to reach that final milestone and be like, yeah, my life's complete. That just doesn't exist. That doesn't exist. Always raise. Your standards always raise as you become more successful, as you become a better version of yourself. Your standards always get higher and higher. That's why you feel like this day today would have been the best day of your life a year ago, but today it just seems like a normal day. It's because your standards got raised. If your standards never got raised, you'd be happy all the time, but you naturally, as a human being, biologically, you raise your standards above what you currently are so you don't become stagnant, which is a good thing. But you have to realize that these factors of success are not what make you happy. That's not what makes you happy. It's what makes you feel fulfilled. It's what makes you feel good about yourself. But it's not what truly makes you happy. You need to, if you're not happy at the bottom, if you're not happy at the beginning, if you're not happy at the start, you're not going to be happy when you become successful, when you reach your goals, when you do all that stuff, because there's no emotional difference between those two times. You can heal yourself. That's a win. That's how you become happy consistently. But if you're not happy now, if you're not happy in your current state, you're not going to be happy if you're in a better situation. You're not going to be happy in that better situation because you need to heal from within. You need to heal those habits. You need to heal those traumas that you have in order to become happy. It's not about your success. It's not about your material possessions. It's not about your wealth. It's about your soul. It's about who you are as a person. It's about how you process things. It's about how you feel about yourself when you look in the mirror. How do you think when you look in the mirror? Do you hate yourself or do you love yourself? That's really what it's all about. It's about that. That's what makes you happy or not. It's not about the material things. It's not about all that stuff that you think it is, that you think will make you happy once you get there. But then once you get there, you're not going to be happy. Once you get there, there's going to be a new thing to be happy about. There's going to be a new thing to make you feel bad about yourself. So you push to the next level. You're always going to be chasing that happiness if you continue to think it depends on your success. Happiness doesn't depend on your success. That's why you see homeless people on the street happier than successful people working in business. That's why you see all these things. That's why you see people in different backgrounds happier than others. That's why you see people in poor countries are happier than people in rich countries. It doesn't correlate. The wealth and the circumstances and the success do not correlate to happiness. I mean, there are some factors that definitely help, that definitely can skew your happiness, but the ultimate just feeling of happiness is never going to come from these material things that don't actually contribute to your soul, don't actually contribute to your personality, contribute to who you are. They're never going to make you a happy person. So just keep that in mind as you progress in life, as you become a better version of yourself, that you need to consistently be happy. You need to find that happiness in things that aren't just getting better, getting more successful, reaching your goals, because that's not what's going to make you happy. Be happy with who you are. Be proud of who you are. Be happy in your skin. Love yourself. And make sure that you don't get lost in the grind. Don't get lost in the push for success, because that's not what's making you happy. Your state and who you believe you are and how much you love yourself and those around you and the world is how happy you're going to be. So just keep that in mind. Stop focusing on success as happiness. Focus on your soul and those around you and how much you love yourself as what happiness is. So just think of that. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.